Start recording. All right. So last class we finished up the PID equation. And remember, PID is nothing but proportional, integral, and derivative. Nothing but proportional and integral and derivative. I say that like it's chump change. I didn't mean it to sound like that. It looks complicated, but it's really not once you really start to understand it. Hopefully I was able to at least explain it somewhat without being too much into math heavy on y'all. All right, so one of the things that's kind of what we've been doing in class. There's all kinds of flavors of coding, if you will, but in the end, there's like a static coding where you control all of the variables to a certain point, and then there's like a dynamic coding where you don't really have that much control over the variables, and both of them have a purpose. You see more of static coding where everybody is consistent with their and has complete control over variables, but you can see hopefully with what Celsius was just showing you how the number of the out, and remember our out's going to be our speed, that the numbers can get out of hand a little bit. All right, and we need to kind of confine them to our PWM range, or our pulse width modulation range, which is between 0 and 255. So that's what the next little part is about. It's just about confining the numbers and getting a speed. So I think I had y'all leave this part out. So this is how we're going to confine the numbers. All right, and when you put these two if statements, make sure you put them right underneath the out statement here. All right, they should be right underneath this out statement. So here I'm limiting the values to 255 and negative 255 because the reason I was 255 is not just some number I flipped the coin and picked. 255 is the number of the PWM. Chelsea, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Tyson, can you hear me? All right, Mr. Dennis cannot. Okay. So you can hear me now, Dennis. If I said superfragitation, I can't even say it. Superfragitation. Help me out, Chelsea. What is it? Superfragilitidocious. Superfragilitidocious. If I said lollipop, you would know what I'm saying then, right, Dennis? Oh, that's one bug me. Superfragilitidocious. Oh, I can't remember. Yep, close enough. All right, cool. You can hear me. Everybody jumping in on me now. All right, raise your hands when you got this, not Mr. Pearson's memory of childhood nursery rhymes. And I think it's all one word. And so another thing too, like this out. So this out is going to correlate directly to the speed of our motors. All right, it's because it's going to be the sensor input that's going to govern how each motor behaves. All right, and that's why we went through this whole algorithm, or this is what an algorithm is. All right, and that's one reason, while I'm limiting the value. So I'm saying if it's out is greater than 255, then it is 255. If it's less than negative 255, then it is negative 255. All right. Ugh. Raise your hands when you got this little bit of code put in. Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, so since you got promoted, you can, yep. You don't have to raise your hand, but you do have to let me know you're done. And by the way, if you're on your little thing there, if you want to see people's questions, if you see the little box that has questions, you can grab it and pull it outside of it, and then make it bigger so you can see what everybody says. So you can, so you'll know when Mr. Roseman's talking about you. All right. Oh yeah, I did want you to add this. Add in this comment for that little section there. I forgot about that. Add in that. I'm missing something. I can't remember what it was. Thank you, Mr. Wade, for raising your hand without me asking. Cool. No, I was being serious. Raise your hand and let me know you're done. Sorry, that did not mean to come out sarcastic. When you added this line in, Mr. Roseman, you got that line? All right, cool. All right. And I do want you to add this. However, I am going to just be nice and give this to you, but I am going to add something to it real quick. 1 second. Don't start typing this. I'm going to give you all of the serial print stuff, because that would take y'all forever. All right. You have all of that stuff? I've added more stuff to that, Tyson. You probably don't have all of that. So grab that, take what you have out, delete it, and then add in what I just sent you there. If you had it already, great. If you didn't, let's add that real quick. All right. And so really the last thing we need to do, the last thing we're going to have to do is really tell the motors how they're going to behave. And that's what this analog write is up here. We're going to have to, instead of having a static number of 255, we actually are going to have a dynamic number that's changing, that's constantly changing, but it's changing based off values that we've already established. All right? And raise your hands when you have this part added into your code. All right. So now we're going to have, so we have a algorithm based off a sensor that's going to tell our motors how to behave. Okay, Tyson. And when shoot, hang on, Tyson messed me up. Oh yeah, all right. So we have the algorithm to tell our motors how to behave, but now we actually have to tell the motors how we want them to behave. All right, so that's going to be our last little step. Now another thing too that I'm adding, but the one that I just sent you, you have the comment on there telling you how to comment the entire section out. But when the robot is actually supposed to be doing this job, right, the serial print needs to be commented out. All right, and the way you do that, don't do it right now. Don't do it right now, but the way you do it is you highlight the entire section and you just hit Control/. Or you can do it right now to practice. All right, and it will comment everything out for you, or Control/. So the one with the question mark on it, and then you see I can just comment entire sections out like that. All right, because I use the serial prints for troubleshooting to try to figure out what's going on. All right. Okay. Tyson, hopefully we'll get around to actually hacking it and giving you more power tonight. All right, so now we are going to need variables for speed. So go ahead and put these two variables in there. Let me know when you're done. And I just remembered something. I don't remember what I had to add. All right. So the last part, I forgot to actually put in here. It's actually kind of one of the most important parts. One second, y'all. Let me get this set up for you. Is these two sections here. Now, what I'm doing with these two sections is I am allowing, or I'm telling the motors how to behave based off whether or not the out value is positive or negative. That's why I was really concerned about that last class, because this, depending on whatever that out value is how the motors are going to behave. So I have to say if it's greater than 0, that's why I was looking for that positive and negative difference. If it was positive, act a certain way, and if it's negative, act another way. All right? So essentially if it's, I can't remember which, but if it's too far to one way, I want one motor to go full blast while the other motor is compensating, and then vice versa here. All right? So I am just taking that out value here. Hang on, it got Mr. Murray showing up and having issues. Apparently there's a song called Yes, I Am Talking to You. Hang on. Mr. Murray, can you hear me? Mr. Murray, can you hear me? Okay. Where's that code? There it is. All right. Mr. Murray, you're going to have to add in a section of code, but I do want you to add in and go ahead and add in the stuff that you see on the screen. And raise your hand when you got that. Chelsea, do you have this already? I just see got it. Okay. Oh, you're playing around with the controls. You done got power hungry over there. So everybody get ready for finals. Put this right above if pot read is less than 500, Mr. Murray. So you see right above this statement here, you probably have 255 and 255 here. But we're going to change that to left speed and right speed. I'll show you where the other stuff goes after you get that in there. Oh, I think in the troubleshooting of last class, I did something to my robot. I don't know why it's not working. No, it's not the transistors. It's not the pod. Shouldn't be that. Y'all still working? Yep, y'all still working. Thank you, Ms. Kelsey. See your comment there. Maybe that's the problem. Approach problem. Mr. Murray, you got this part in, sir? So this small box here, this is right here in left speed, right here where you have if pot reaches less than 500. That's where that goes right here. Okay, cool. All right. So Mr. Murray, for whatever you have for your serial prints, I want you to just go ahead and delete those and add in what I'm about to send you. So this is at the very, very bottom of your code. know when you got that added in. I put the entire thing in the chat box for you. Yeah, I was just talking to Mr. Murray. He showed up late, so I'm going to put him on the spot. All right, for everybody else, go ahead and try to upload that code. Everybody else, go ahead and upload the code that you got. That's fine, Mr. Murray. That's fine, because I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. So if it shows up as it was comments, you highlight that entire section like this, and you just hit Control and / and it'll get rid of it. So here I commented everything out, and now they're actually back in line. So now I can actually see them once you hit Control and /. And then go and delete the comment, just manually delete them, and then you'll be able to do that. Let me fix that little problem real quick. Here, I'll just give you this section. That way you don't have to manually delete everything. Take that section I just sent you, and let me fix this. Cool. And you're going to need to add in this section right here. And now this is going right below out. Right below out, Mr. Murray. One second, Mr. Wait, I'm going to do a few more checks here. Wait, yes, so once you upload that code, but take out the serial print stuff. Take out the serial print. Once you upload that code, all right, you can take it to your nearest wall. All right, you're going to set it roughly about 4 inches away from that wall, and then turn on your motors, and then your robot should follow right along roughly the path of that wall. It might shake just a little bit, but yeah, it should work. So yours is working, Mr. Wade? Okay. Now it should stay roughly, like I said, about 4 inches away from the wall, roughly. Alright, Celsi, be spinning in circles. You need to find out which motor is going backwards, and then switch just the motor wires around for that transistor. Alright, let me know if you have any problem with that. Like 6 inches though? Yeah, okay, that's about right. Awesome, Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade is working. Perfect. And it stays right along that wall though, right, Mr. Wade? About 6 inches away the entire time? Yeah, it might, yeah, it does shake a little bit. Yeah, we might be able to fix that real here in a little bit, Mr. Wade. It still should follow along the doors. Like mine, I put mine in my hallway. I have 2 doors. And I'll start at one end. It'll go close to the door, then come out away from the door, and then go back in towards another door, then follow along the wall. Celsi, is yours still spinning in circles? Awesome. I got 2 people working. Oh, Mr. Murray, you are missing something that I forgot to tell you about because you were late. And that I forgot. You need to put in these 2 statements, and these 2 statements go way up top. My batteries. Tyson, can you replace your batteries? Because I want to show you how to give it more power. You have any new batteries around? Alright, well, you still should have more power when we do the next little hack.
Hey, Mr. Pearson.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Um, I haven't had any trouble with the robot running forward. I mean, I made a video of it and everything. I'm not really sure why it's running backwards. I don't think the motors are causing it. Could it be the light?
Actually, it could be. Let me, hang on. Set it a little bit closer to the wall and then try it.
Okay. Hang on.
Congratulations, Mr. Wade. All right, who's all's working? Tyson, are yours working? Is yours working? Awesome. Now, I don't think I'm supposed to have favorite classes, but the other one's not it.
Still circling.
All right, let's do something. Let's try something. Miss Celsi, mine works, but it's further away. So, how can you change that, Mr. Dennis? How can you change the fact that it's further away than 4 inches? All right. So that Miss Celsi, that let's erase these 2 left speed, right speeds and put 255 back in there and see if it's still going in circles. And if it's still going in circles, we know it's something else. So right here, put back in 255 right here.
Okay.
Cool. Everybody's is working. Oh, awesome. Tyson, yours working? I think you already told me it wasn't working. My bad.
Okay, I'll be right back. Let me test
All
it.
right. So my question is, is how can y'all change the distance in which it's following the wall? Good job, Tyson.
Okay, he's not spinning in circles anymore, but he's sort of veering to the right and won't follow the wall.
Yeah, that because we took out those variables there, so it
Yeah.
moves up with the code. Something. Your IR was working. I do remember seeing that. So you're saying it's following. It's not. All right, you put it in. It's going in circles. Uh. Okay. Didn't change the wires. Just change the variable. Put back in the left speed and right speed, Miss Elsie.
Okay.
And then let me see your screen. That's one thing I'm about to check, Mr. Wade. Let me see your code, Miss Elsie.
Okay. I just found a couple semicolons that may have not been there, so that might have fixed it.
All right. Let me see your actual code, though. I'll make sure that.
I found.
Go ahead.
Okay. You want me to?
Yep.
Do you want me to send it to you?
Nope. I'm gonna look at it from here. So
Okay.
if out.
Okay.
Okay. If. This one. Scroll up just a little bit. Right there. Perfect. Oh, right above where your cursor is, right to the left of your cursor. You see, you got plus or equals there instead of equals to 255.
Oh, so it should just be equals?
Equals negative 255.
Ah.
That's one thing, and I think I saw another. But put your equals there. Put a space there. But it drives me crazy. You don't need the space, but it's just. Um, if out less than plus out. All right, scroll down a little bit more. Negative out 255. Yep. All right, try it now.
Okay. Okay. Want me to go test it now?
Yes, you got it. Test it
Okay.
out now.
One moment.
Alright, let me hook up. So while she's doing that, I want everybody to go ahead and pull out another wire from your kits. Well, just one wire from your kit. I don't care what color. And we are going to try something here.
Um,
Yep.
it's really weird now. Sometimes if I put it about 3 or 4 inches away from the wall, it will turn straight into the wall. And if I move it an inch or so out farther, it will continue going straight and veer right.
All right, say that for me one more time.
If I put it a few inches from the wall, it will turn straight into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And if I put it a few more inches out, it will go straight but turn to the right. It won't track the wall.
Doesn't track the wall. Okay, so... Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Hmm. Let's change your set point down to 320.
Okay.
Instructions weren't clear enough. Robot fell in sync.
What?
I'm just reading Tyson's comment there. I'm hoping he's kidding. Tell me you're kidding, Tyson. He's not telling me he's kidding. Okay.
Okay, let me go try it.
Alright. Next time, Tyson, go with instructions weren't clear. Robot killed my cat. The robot isn't that wet. Wait, was it you that sent me that video last class of the giggles? Jingles with giggles, or giggles with jingles, or... Is that you? Mingles with jingles. Yeah. Yeah, I watched that. It was actually pretty cool. I said, did I say Tyson? I meant Wade. So Tyson, I don't remember. Are you OA?
Um, it it still veers to the wall if it's too close, but it seems to be trying to track if I get it farther away from the wall.
Okay. Yeah, email me your code, Miss Celsi.
Okay.
How close are you putting it, Miss Celsi? Mr. Murray brought up a good point. Like when you first started out.
First I started out about 5 or 6 inches, and then I moved to about a foot.
Okay, it has to be like a little bit less than that. So between 5 or 6 inches and a foot is where it should start out.
Okay.
Right. So while Miss Chelsea's doing that, I do want everybody else come to my screen, stop playing with your robot. If you are, we're going to hack it and get y'all more power. All right. Hopefully everybody pulled out a wire, right? So how much voltage does the Arduino output? Got one correct answer, 2 correct answers, 1 wrong answer, Mr. Murray. You got it right, Tyson. 5 volts, exactly. But however, our battery pack that we have has AA batteries in it. And every AA battery has about 1.5 volts of electricity. All right? And we have 4 batteries in there, right? So if you take 4 Add 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 to get 6 volts. Exactly. So you're actually not getting the full power to those motors that you can. So we are going to fix that. We are going to hack your battery pack so that you can have the entire 6 volts of electricity going to the motors. All right. The way you do this, it's a little bit complicated and it does take some skill, but I'm sure every single one, that's not it. That's homework. Ignore homework. All right. The way you're going to do it is, now listen carefully here. No lipos, Tyson. No lipos. I'm serious. No lipos on the Arduino. Not till you know what the heck you're doing. You have to be able to regulate that power on a lipo. Don't put a lipo on Arduino. Alright. Take a few more electronics courses, then by all means stick a lipo on Arduino, but don't do it until you know what you're doing. No, exploding Arduino, Mr. Wade. Alright. So on your battery pack itself, on that barrel plug that's coming out. Alright, and when I say barrel plug, that's the thing you stick into your Arduino. Everybody, okay, Miss Celsi, let me get through this real quick. Alright, that's what you stick into the Arduino, right? So if you take that wire, and there's 2 wires. You got a black wire, and you got a wire that has little white dashes across it, right? So if you take that wire that I told you to pull out, and if you stick it through that insulation like that, you'll have the 6 volts of electricity. All right, and the way I did that was actually kind of like fold the wire over, and then I stuck it through after I folded it over. God, there you go, this regulator that brings. But what does it do to the amperage, Tyson? That's the question with lipos. What does it do to the amperage? Does it just regulate the volts? 5 amps. The Arduino can't handle 5 amps. You're going to take that amperage down. 5 amps. That's a lot of amperage, dude. It only takes it takes 50 milliamps to kill you. If it hits you in the right spot. Alright, now folded that over and you just stick that wire through there. That sounds more reasonable, Tyson. Alright, Miss Celsi, back to you. Alright, you sent me the email. Let me know when y'all got that done, and let me try to help out Miss Celsi here. She just sent it to me. Does that make sense though about the wire? Does that make sense? If you break one off, just try again, because they do break easily. But just try it again. Does anybody have any questions what I was talking about as far as hacking it? Be careful, don't poke your fingers. You're not required to do this, but it does make your robot go a whole lot faster. And you can also say you've hacked the hacking robot. So it's up to you. Ah, stop it. I might see one problem right now. I'm not sure though. That sounds more right. I'm not positive that the Arduino can actually handle 3.5 amps either though, but I can find out for you. Can't remember how much it was. I used to know. All right. Zero, zero. I saw your comment, Tyson. one thing that's bugging me, Celsi, and I'm not sure if it's affecting it, but see the semi brace right here? Yeah, delete that one and this one. One of the ones at the very bottom. I don't think that's your problem. Alright, delete that, and then I want you to try one other thing too. Way up here, up at the top, where you have 5 and 11, alright, switch these two numbers. Alright, put 5 here, 11 here. And then try that, let me know. Alright, who's actually managed to get the wire through the hole? Or the wire through the insulation? Nobody? Do y'all not understand what I was saying, or do y'all just not want to try it? Which is fine, I don't care either way. Alright, pliers might help to get it through there. Mr. Wage playing it safe. Alright, Miss Celsi, try your robot with the new changes though. Let me know if that's fixed it. I'm glad you're back, Mr. Murray. I missed you. I cried a little bit while you were gone. There was sarcasm in there in case you didn't quite get that. Miss Celsi, you ain't got to yell at me. I'm right here. All right, who actually got it through? Dennis and who else? Is that it? Dennis? You're the only one brave enough to try it? Well, Celsi's trying it. She just can't get through there yet. You're only supposed to put it through one, and make sure you put it through the one with the white stripes. You did that, right, Dennis? Oh, you scared me. Okay. So here's how you can hack it, Mr. Dennis, while I'm waiting on Miss Celsi. So that wire that you stuck, you didn't bring any for the whole class, Mr. Murray? That's all right. I'll take one. Mail it to me. All right. So that wire that you just plugged in, Mr. Dennis. All right. So you got 2 power rails on your breadboard. One power rail you have used to hook up in all your components. The other power rail should be empty. Do you see you understand what I'm saying? Alright, so if you take that wire and you stick it into the other power rail on the positive side, right? Just stick that into the positive side of that other power rail that you don't have anything on there yet. Alright? And then you take your 2 motor wires that are hooked into the power rail that you have it hooked into right now, and then move it to that power rail. You will now have 6 volts of awesomeness going through your robot. Does that make sense? So just the motor wires that you have plugged into the positive rail where you have them now, move both those wires, plug those into the other side where you just plugged in that new wire, and then you have 6 volts of badassery. All right, go ahead and unmute yourself, Chelsea. Tell me what happened. You have Jingles power, exactly, Mr. Murray.
Okay, so I tested.
Go ahead. You're more important.
I tested it on. I tested it on two walls. The first wall, it managed to keep a straight line, but on the second one, it went around like it was drunk. It really didn't have any way of following the wall.
Okay, so the second wall, was there a different color paint on it?
No. It's slightly just a bit darker in the hall where it was.
That shouldn't matter too much because of the IR.
Yeah.
All right, so wall 1, it was able to do it, but wall 2, you're saying it didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. What did it do on wall 2 again? So,
It started spinning in really big loopy circles.
these circles. On wall 1, how close was it to the wall that it was following? Give you a guess.
About 6 inches.
Okay. And it was following the wall, but it just kind of shook a little bit, right? Kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. After it left the wall, it veered to the left.
Yeah, that's what.
And then, yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking. All right, take care, Mr. Roseman. But it's peering, so one wall follows, the other wall doesn't. So all right, try and you have your serial prints are out of your code, right? Or you commented them out, Miss Chelsea?
I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, they're out.
All right, and that delay at the bottom too, though, as well, right?
Yeah.
Cool, Mr. Dennis. Is it still following the wall at hyperspeed? Class is over. I'm going to try to help Miss Chelsea out here a little bit. You got your robot though working, right, Mr. Murray? Oh, well, he left. Not Murray, Monty, whatever. But Dennis, is it following the wall at the hyperspeed? All right, I'll show you how to fix that here in a minute. Actually, I'm thinking you might have some type of issue with the tuning variables too, Celesty. That might be what you're going to have to play with. Because, yeah, I bet that's because one wall follows, one wall goes loopy. Okay. So, this is going to take some figuring out, all right? There's no way I can... Everybody's numbers are going to be different, so I can't help you out. This is part of that you have to think a little bit. But remember when I told you that these variables here are tuning variables. All right, and I also made these all doubles so we could use decimal points. So I'm thinking this is what y'all are going to have to try to adjust here a little bit, experiment to see how, try that 0.5, try that 1.5, just try different numbers to see how your robot reacts differently based off those variables. And I'm thinking that's what's happening with you, Celestia. I'm not 100% positive. I know that's what's happening with you, Dennis. I know that for a fact. But with you, Celestia, try it on the wall that you know is working, and then try to get it to go as straight as you can, and then go back to the crackhead wall.
Okay.
All right, and there you have and then try. I don't know. It might be just that paint on that wall is just reacting a little bit differently too. That could be it too. I doubt that. I've seen it happen before, but I doubt that's what's happening with you. But it could be. I mean, you know, it could be that. That's what it could be. The way it's like. Just because light is a cruel mistress.
Mhm. Yeah. Let me go try it really quick.
All right.